Hey Pisces, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie, and today we're going to be doing your weekly reading for this first week of August 2025. So let's see what messages are showing up, what predictions can we get, and how can you best navigate this first week of the month. This is a very important month, a very powerful energy uplift for everybody. So for the Pisces Collective, let's see how can we best utilize this, okay? Pisces, I hope you're doing good. If you want, please comment below. Let me know from what country you're watching. I would love to know. And if it's from the States, many of you are from the States, comment which city. Maybe I'm gonna get to see you and travel to you someday. Anyway, Pisces, I hope you're doing great. Enjoy the reading, get comfy, take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind, and remember that there are two, I think, three or two spots available for the 2026 forecasts. I'm only going to be offering 10 of those this year. You guys know that that takes a lot of time and work for me. So this year it's going to be just 10 spots, of which I think there's 7 or 8 already taken. Not sure. But I'm going to leave the info in the link below. You can book yours and save your spot without paying the full amount up front, so you can check the options there. Anyway, I love you, enjoy the reading, and let's see the cards. Universe, angels, beings of love and light, please bring in the most relevant and important messages for Pisces for the first week of August. What is it that Pisces can expect? What is it that Pisces needs to know? And how can Pisces best navigate the energies available for the collective? This is good for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, I'm gonna be taking cards upright. First, we have the King of Cups. All right, Pisces. So this week could be one that requires your emotional maturity. You may need to look the other way. You may need to choose to be the bigger person. You may need to choose compassion, to choose forgiveness, to kind of like to be your more elevated and emotionally mature self. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Capricorn came heavy into my mind as well. And this could be someone who tests your emotional maturity, or with who you have a hard time being emotionally mature because of, whatever bullshit they put you through. The challenge that we have here is the Ten of Wands. So this week, it can feel a little bit overwhelming, but I think that there's a lot of that you put on yourself. It's like how much you ask yourself to do, to complete, to achieve, to scratch off your to-do list, right? The Ten of Wands basically lets us know that you can do it, but that if you choose to do so much, stuff starts to slip through the cracks, right? And details go missed, they're missed, and it's just the quality of whatever it is that you're doing gets affected. So they're telling you here, try to focus your energy wisely so that you don't feel overwhelmed, so that you don't bite more than you can chew properly. It's like eventually you'll chew it. But, it may be a little less graceful than it needs to be. So yeah, Pisces, try not to overcommit. We have here the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's the same message here. Don't overcommit. Make sure that you are holding on to your boundaries. Make sure that you're doing things that matter to you. That you're using your energy right. That you're prioritizing. I think that would be a wonderful way to put it. It's like there is so much that could be done, but just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? So think about the priorities. Think about what really makes a difference in order to move you forward, and what is just kind of like, good to do. And try this week to really focus on what creates the very big like leaps and bounds if possible. Say no whenever you need to say no. Don't be afraid to say no. Look at how interesting. These are so similar looking. It almost looks like the same card 3 times. That could be relevant for you. Some of you could be dealing with triplets. Some of you could be dealing with 3 options of something that are, they're different. Each of them it's different, but like slightly. It's like 3 versions of something. What I see here is that if you use this week wisely, there is victory assured, there is success, there is recognition. I see you shining. I see people asking you, hey, how did you do it? How did you learn how to do that? Or how did you manage to organize yourself in order to complete that? How did you figure that out? You know, this is a card of recognition, victory, success, and receiving like not only the recognition, the applause for your efforts that you so well deserve, Pisces, but also like giving yourself the moment to shine, giving yourself the opportunity to shine. It's like if you work really hard for something and you are on a stage receiving an award, like really be there. Even if it feels kind of awkward or even if it feels a little, you know, intimidating, give yourself that gift of really celebrating what you have worked so hard for, okay? It is important. Sometimes we achieve, win, 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 move on to the next thing, move on to the next thing, move on to the next thing. And we don't celebrate the little things or even the big things that we have accomplished. And that is essential. Then we have the 5 of Wands. Pisces, are we seeing a trend here? 10, 7, 6, 5. You're narrowing down something. Some of you could be decluttering, throwing stuff away. Some of you could be decluttering responsibilities, roles, tasks. But you're definitely going from something that is just way too much, narrowing into the most important things, I think. That is not necessarily connected to this particular message of this card, but it's like the sequence is very hard to ignore, you know? It's like intuitively, that's what I think of. With the 5 of Wands here in the near future, we can see that at the end of the week, you're gonna have to sort of like agree to disagree with certain people, agree to, or basically set up your mind to avoid explaining yourself, to avoid spiraling so that someone can understand you, so that someone can see things through your point of view. It's better if you just keep moving forward. Chai agrees. I think that was Chai. Yeah, Chai agrees. Chai is doing so much better, you guys. Thank you all for asking. Sometimes I see the comments and, you know, sometimes I don't get a chance to answer them all. But I see the questions about Chai, and it means a lot to me that you even ask. He's doing way better. He has a checkup today, actually. So we're gonna see how that is going. So yeah, just basically being okay with being misunderstood, being okay with not being everyone's cup of tea, right? By the end of the week, you're gonna have to, or you're naturally going to want to, just stay on your own lane, Pisces. With the Chariot here, you're moving forward. There is progress where it matters, okay? And there is illusions and confusions that you can very well take the bait into, but you're not. You know what I mean? Like, you could go into that spiral trying to explain yourself to that person or group of people or collective. It's like, or organization, whatever. But it's like you know that it's not worth it, and you're saving your energy for what matters here. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer person. Some of you could be thinking about your vehicle, your car maintenance. Maybe it's due. Maybe there's some paperwork about your license or something that needs to get checked or done or completed or renewed. I don't know. In your environment, we have here the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles is a lovely energy to have in your environment. It talks about comfort, luxury, it talks about nature, it talks about being sustained by a bubble of very good energy, very high vibe energy, very comfortable energy, that in a way is a result of how hard you have worked as well. It's like a recompensa, like a reward, right? And that is what's showing up in your environment. So wherever you are, wherever it is that you happen to be this week, if you're traveling, if you're at home, wherever you are, is providing a nice safety net energetically for you. We have the Ace of Coins in your hopes and fears this week. So there are desires for maybe new projects, new businesses, new beginnings in areas related to career or creative work that could be monetized. So some of you could be hoping for something. By the way, this resonates with me. I'm hoping to get monetized with my new channel. But I just wanted to say thank you guys, because I know that many of you have gone over there and you have subscribed and you watched the videos and everything, and it means so much. For those of you who are not aware, I opened another channel called Awakened Wild Child Tarot, and it is not going to be necessarily limited by the Zodiac. It's going to be more like for like the message that each person needs, and the intentions are going to be set in such a way that the message that needs to find you finds you, regardless of your sign. So in the community section of the channel, I left the link and everything, so, and I think in the description box as well. So you can go ahead and support me over there if it resonates. It would mean like a lot to me. Anyway, coming back to that. So yeah, some of you could be going through something like that as well. It will be different in everyone's life. For me, it's that. But for you, it could be wanting to get approved for something, wanting to get like a permit of something, wanting to get a new business going, a new project, a new idea, a new partnership, a new product, right? There's something that you're hoping for in this area, but simultaneously, it may be something that you're afraid of not getting, or afraid of not manifesting, or in some shape or form getting nervous about, maybe. Then we have the Ace of Wands, beautiful energy for new beginnings. So this energy definitely supports this one and supports all the others. It's like you're going from all of this clutter, from all of these ideas, not knowing what really matters, not knowing how to prioritize, to, by the end of the week, knowing exactly what to do, knowing exactly how to proceed, knowing where to put all of your energy, where to put all of your focus, all of your inspiration, devotion, motivation. Some of you are choosing something that has to do with fertility, pregnancy. Some of you are choosing to put all of your energy and effort from this moment on onto getting pregnant with your partner, creating or like enlarging the family. How would you say that? Making the family bigger. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so with the Ace of Wands here as well, this is a brand new beginning that feels right. Okay, so something happens this week that helps you narrow down your priorities, and it helps you see things more clearly. And you get to a point in which you're like, oh, okay, now what I want to do is this. And that clarity and that single focus, it just makes everything work better for some reason. You're going to be feeling very creative. By the end of the week, you're going to be feeling maybe very creative in an artistic sense. We have the Lovers here. For some strange reason, this guy looks like Ross from Friends to me. I've seen this card a million times, and it has never showed up like that, so maybe some of you are dealing with Ross, someone named Ross, or Rose, or something along those lines. Some of you could have, on the weekend, a very passionate, loving encounter with your partner. Maybe your sex life gets a little spiced up, refreshed in a way. Maybe this is someone new that you're getting to know, that you feel a very powerful connection with physically. by the end of the week, I also see you putting some parts of your aspirations to rest. Okay, so if you are one of those Pisces that have like a billion ideas and you want to do so many things, not only are you narrowing down your focus this week to know what to focus on this week, but you're also putting some ideas to rest until further notice. Okay, you're putting them to rest. You're like, you know what, I've decided that it's not the right time for this, it's not the right time for that. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do it, but I'm just not going to do it this week, or I'm not going to do it this month. I see that this week is going to have or provide for you a lot of energy. So it could be wonderful for working out, doing healthy things. You know, you're going to have a lot of passion, motivation, excitement. It's going to be fun. Things that are not as fun normally are going to be very fun for you this week. So it's like your attitude really does determine a lot of how you feel this week. Don't engage in petty drama. Don't engage in conflict, right? It's just not worth it. I don't think it's really worth it ever, but particularly this week, like there's really nothing for you there. So let's get advice for each area of life here, starting with health. What is the best advice the universe can give Pisces for health and wellness for this week ahead, the first week of August? And we have why. Okay, card number 31. Some of you could be 31, you could be in your early 30s. For me, this means if there is something about your health that you don't know, that you don't understand, that you can't figure out, it's time to really do your research, okay? And now with AI and everything, ChatGPT, you can ask that thing whatever you want about your health, and it can help you so much, okay? So if you have seemingly random aches and pains, if you have seemingly random headaches, migraines, if you feel depleted all of a sudden, you think it's energetic, how about you run your information through it and see if that's really the case? It may come out to tell you like, hey, have you considered that you're low in B whatever, or like D whatever, like, you know, supplements and things like that. For me, I actually recently did something like that in the previous like 2 months, and it has honestly changed my life because I need a high amount of protein intake, something that I never really understood why, so I never really cared about. And I've actually started to implement things that I'm supposed to be implementing, and I feel amazing. And of course, this is something that, yes, you can run through ChatGPT and then through a doctor, preferably, right? Don't just take whatever that says and do it, because it may not be right for you. However, if you put in there, if you have your data from like your smartwatch or like one of these like smart rings that tell you like your oxygen in the blood, how many hours you sleep, your blood pressure, things like that, you can put that data in, and it can help you figure out a lot of things that maybe you don't understand about your body, about what it needs, about how it feels, about your health. And it could be about your health physically, also mental health. So that's the advice that they have here for you. Not necessarily ChatGPT, that's my example. But basically learn why you feel the way you do. And it can help you tons. Now, the best advice for love and romance for the week ahead, Pisces. Love and romance by the book, card number 11. So when it comes to dating, when it comes to new relationships here, you're being advised to take things step by step. If there is like a model of a relationship or what is recommended to be the ideal approach of getting to know someone, right? And you resonate with that, then it would be good to implement that. For example, first you go on a date, right? You communicate with each other, you get to know each other, you may become friends, then you may see the sparks flying, and then, you can start to, date more officially or whatever, get intimate, whatever. Like, if you feel like there's an order to things that is ideal, try to stick to that. Because there's like almost like a progressive flow that can be beneficial for you here. All right, so for money, finances, business, career, round and round, card number 25. Okay, so this week is gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be very helpful if you take a minute to analyze the patterns that you're seeing in your finances. Is there a continuous problem that comes back again, round and round, like a cycle that never ends? Something that you want to change, you try to heal, you try to fix, and then somehow it comes back again. What is it that you're manifesting in money and finances that you don't want to repeat? How can you interrupt that pattern? Okay? How can you break that cycle? That is going to be very important for you to figure out. This could be talking about generational blockages in your bloodline, especially mother bloodline, maternal bloodline, that could be affecting you in your finances. So if that resonates with you, look into that. Could be good. Could be useful. And for spirituality and the energetics, clean it up. So it'll be a wonderful week to do some energy clearing, some Reiki, some decluttering in general, not only of your goals and not only of your objects, but also in your energy, okay? In your mind. Decluttering the fears, decluttering the blockages, decluttering crystallized energies, entity attachments, who knows? But clean it up, and that is going to be absolutely wonderful. Not only your aura, your system, your bodies, but also your space, okay? The deer could be relevant for you. The elephant could be relevant for you as well. All right, Pisces, so this is what I have for you for this week ahead. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. Thank you all so much for supporting me on the channel over there. Know that I have availability for the personalized readings. So if you would like a one question personalized reading made for you and only you in a video like this, only about you, not Pisces, just you. It's $55 and it's about a kind of like a 20-minute, 25-minute reading depending on the kind of messages coming through. And you can ask something specific about your life, or it can be kind of like a general reading to see what's coming for you. You may find a lot of synchronicities and a lot of similarities with these readings, but since everyone is very different anyway, even within the Pisces collective, that kind of reading can help you clarify things about your specific situation. So if you would like one of those, I would love to do that with you. I would love to connect that way. In the description box below, you're going to find all of the info, okay? All right, Pisces, I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Have a beautiful week.